Hello everyone, I am Nitij and today we will explore a React pattern known as function as child component or FaCC. We will see how this pattern can be used to create flexible and reusable components where we dynamically render content based on the parent component's state. So let's get started with the code and see how this pattern works. Suppose that we have a function which is named as parent, and parent is accepting the children as props. So in this pattern, the parent component is going to treat the children as another function or another component so that it can pass values to it as props, like this value a as an argument. Now when it will be the time to use the parent component, then we can simply provide the children as another function like this value, and then from this function we can return an HTML div and then value. Now in the browser only value a is printed because the parent and the children are decoupled. The value that this child component is going to print is going to provided by this parent component. Now the parent component itself has its own state which can change over multiple renders like this const value and then set value equals to use state. Now we can provide some default value like value b this time, and instead of directly hard-coded value we can use this value as an argument or prop for our children. Now this time value b is going to be printed, but because it is being used from an state, the state can vary based on certain factors like a network call or another parent component providing props to this parent. Let me give you another code example where you might be able to understand more clearly how this pattern works. So I will create another component with the name list, and again list is going to accept the children as a prop. Now in this list I am going to create a bunch of items. So item equals to these can be anything like apple and banana and cherry, and it will simply return the children by providing these items as props or arguments for the children function. So items. Now it is up to us how we want to consume these items that this parent list component is returning. So let me just replace this parent with list, and instead of this child I'm just going to provide another function with items as props. So items, and for each item we are going to provide a list item. So first let's add an unordered list and then items dot map. So for each item we are going to return a list item with key equals to key equals to item and then the item's value itself. Now you can see over here that in the function as child component pattern we are providing a function as a child component, and the value of the props which is going to be provided to this function component is going to be determined by this list component which is the parent. Now I think I need to replace this parenthesis with a curly bracket so that the JSX can be returned. Now let's check the browser. So it says apple, banana and cherry. Now we can add or remove more items to it, such as let's add a new one, orange, and now we can see orange over here as well. But the important part is that this list component is not itself rendering anything. The manner in which these items are going to be rendered can vary based on the child component that we are using. Maybe we can use a different kind of list, or maybe we can style this list differently. It depends on the child component which is provided as a children to this list. Now you must be thinking that this pattern is similar to the render props pattern. Well, function as child component and render props are both used for sharing logic in React, but they differ in their approach. The FaCC pattern passes a function as children for flexible rendering, which fits naturally within JSX. Render props, however, use a named prop, usually render, for more explicit logic sharing so that we will know what is meant to be rendered, which is ideal for complex scenarios. And both aim for component reusability but cater to different preferences and use cases. And that, my friends, was everything about building a simple application using the function as child component pattern in React. This approach can significantly enhance the flexibility and reusability of your components, allowing you to abstract and manage complex rendering logic effectively. Finally, if you found this tutorial helpful, then please consider subscribing for more practical React tips and insights. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.